Hey friends, it's Tamara Bennett from Southern Adornaments Decor. We are just days away from our SA Live ticket deadline. And I wanted to hop on and share something real with you today. If you've been wondering if this type of event is really worth it, especially if life has been feeling really heavy or uncertain lately, then you need to hear some of these stories from our community members and what they have experienced because it is so much more than just painting. So we're going to get into that in just a moment. I'm also going to be sharing photos from our Painters Clubhouse cruise. I'm going to talk about all the projects that we did, which I have hanging up behind me. I'm missing 2 projects. I was unpacking all of my stuff and I was like, okay, project 1, project 2, wait a minute. Where's project 3 and project 6? So I think those ended up in the shop with the stuff that I unpacked. So I don't have the physical ones of those here to show you today, but I've got pictures. So I've also got a slideshow that I'm going to be showing while I talk about all the things. But drop me a comment. Let me know who's here. If you attended the cruise with us, let me know how your travel was back home. I hope everybody got home safely. We had an amazing time last week on the Painters Clubhouse cruise, and it just reminds me why I'm doing what I'm doing. So many women came up to me at this event and talked about how these events really help them feel uplifted, especially during a time when they're going through something really hard in their lives. And a lot of times when you're going through something really hard, you want to just bury yourself. You want to just lock yourself away from the world and not engage with people and not do things that usually pick you up and make you feel light. And so doing an event like this and coming and being with other people is actually the exact medicine that you might need right now. Now, maybe you're not going through something difficult. Maybe you're just having a normal year, and maybe you're just working all the time and you're like, I never take time for myself. This is for you too. Good morning, Janet. Hello, Michelle and Una. Sarah Hastings is here. She said the cruise was amazing. It was. We played cards with Sarah a couple of 2 or 3 nights on the cruise. I've got a photo of that to share with you guys too. Good morning, Christina. Lauren's here. Let's see. We had my husband, me, Lauren, Nicole from the Painters Clubhouse, my sister-in-law, Tony, that's my husband's sister, and then my mom. So there were 6 of us that came and put on this event, and it was everything I could have dreamed of and more. And I thought today I would share photos of our projects, pictures of from the cruise, and we would talk about SA Live and what you can look forward to. Because while SA Live is a completely different event from this cruise, there's also a lot of similarities. The types of projects we do are very similar. The way it feels when you get together with other women and paint and fellowship with one another is very similar. It's just SA Live is a large event with a lot of people, and PC Live on the cruise was a smaller, more intimate event. So let's get into it. Let's see. Julie said, I got the notification. Wonderful. If you didn't get an alert letting you know I was going live, you can get those by commenting alert. And if you want information about SA Live, just comment the word SA Live or click the link in the video description to go find out more about it, because ticket deadline is July 11th. That's next week, y'all. I can't believe we're already into July. So July 11th is the ticket deadline. If you're wanting to attend in person, you must purchase your ticket by July 11th, or hope that somebody cancels and can sell you their ticket later. We will also be selling virtual tickets starting July 10th, the day before, to our Painters Clubhouse members, and July 12th to everybody else in the public. So if you're hoping to be a virtual attendee, next week is your week. Lauren said, Dallas was my first event. It was the first time I'd ever done anything like that by myself and for myself. No looking back. That was the first time you'd ever flown by yourself too, wasn't it, Lauren? It's scary to do things new and to do things by yourself for the first time that maybe you've never done before. And so if you're feeling a little afraid to step out and do something like this, like maybe your whole family's not on board with going to Destin. I don't understand why they wouldn't be, because it's the beach, but maybe you're going to have to travel alone. Find somebody in our Facebook group that needs a roommate and make new friends. Get on Zoom with them, get to know them before the event. And that way, when you show up, it's going to feel like you already know each other. Becca said, are there tickets left for the meetup on Thursday? You're talking about the Dolphin cruise ride. Yes, the Sunset Dolphin ride. There are a few tickets left for that, and you can find that ticket link in the Facebook group for SA Live attendees. So I'm going to press play on a cute little slideshow that I put together of photos from the event. And while that plays, I just wanted to tell y'all a couple of quick stories. So one of our attendees, Miss Donya Johnson, came up to me at the event and she said, I just need you to know. She said, SA Live saved my life. And I was like, what? Tell me more. And she said, yeah, when I came to SA Live for the first time, she said it was right after I had lost my daughter. She said she had passed away and I was in a really dark place. And SA Live is the thing that saved me. She said it gave her something positive to focus on, and it surrounded her with a support system that carried her through the hardest time in her life. And that story actually reminds me of another one of our attendees who came to SA Live in the Smokies last year. I can't remember her name, but she told me that her husband made her come to the event. She had the ticket and everything, but she was so close to backing out. She was about to say, never mind, I'm not in the mood for this. I don't feel like feeling joyful right now. She had just lost her daughter as well. And her daughter was a police officer. And so she had died in the line of duty tragically. And she just felt really like sad and in the dumps and like had a hard time feeling like doing anything that felt light and positive. But her husband's like, no, you need this. And he drug her to SA Live. And after she got there, she was like, I'm so glad he made me come. She said, this was exactly what I needed. And so many of you might be feeling like that right now. Like this looks like a lot of joy. This looks like a lot of fun, but you're like, that ain't for me. And that might be the way you're feeling. You may feel like I've just got too much going on in my life right now. I'm too busy. And I'm going to get to a story about somebody who was too busy in just a moment. You may be feeling like I'm just depressed right now. I can't be around people who are that happy and upbeat. You know what? That's the best medicine. Sometimes you need to be around other people who are going to lift you up and break you out of this state of depression that you're in. Now, another story that I was going to tell you was about Cindy. I sat next to Cindy in our dining room. Oh, the video stopped. I didn't realize it was going to play that quickly. So I'm just going to hit play on it and just let it keep looping. Cindy has had a really incredibly tough year. She's been caring for her sister who has ALS while also raising her 4-year-old granddaughter. And she said her sister actually encouraged her to go on this cruise. She'd been caring for her sister anywhere between 80 and 100 hours a week, plus raising her granddaughter. And her sister's health condition is just getting worse and worse. And she was afraid to leave because her sister's condition was getting so bad. But her sister was like, no, you need to go. And so she came and she said this was exactly what she needed. She told me that being with this group of women, creating and laughing together was so good for her soul. And I know she got some sad news about her sister right before she got off the ship, that she was doing worse. And so she was nervous about going home to that. But I know taking a bit of a break from it, getting away from all of it for just a little while was probably a reprieve, right? Because sometimes when you're in the middle of all of that and you're caring for somebody else and you're just in the grind of every day, you know, just spending your whole day doing something, caring for somebody else or working full time, you just need to give yourself a break. I don't think you realize how much it affects your mental health and your physical health for you to constantly be going at it that much. And so if you haven't taken a break in a while, consider taking a break with us at the beach and come paint with us, because this is a creative retreat. Yes, it is, but it is also a safe place for women to be seen, supported, and restored. Sheila said, Dallas and Destin were so much fun. I am so sad that I will have to miss Destin, but I will be virtual. Well, I am sorry to see you'll miss, because I know you've been to so many of these, Sheila. I think I set the video up to loop too quickly. So let me see if I can download these as slides or something, and I will play it some more too. In just a second, we're going to get into the projects that we did also. So I would love for our cruise attendees who are watching right now to drop a comment and let me know, out of the 6 projects, which one was your favorite. So let me know while I fix the slide situation. Oh, I know what I did. When I adjusted the timing, I didn't click apply to all pages. So one slide was staying on for a long time and some of them were clicking by way too fast. So let me download a new version of this and we'll try again. Let me remove the old one. Thank y'all for dropping comments. I'm gonna get to those in just a second. I gotta get this downloaded. I was like, man, those photos are going by way too fast. They were on a 5-second timer. So I set them to 15 seconds. Maybe that'll be a little better. We had so much fun. We took photos all over the ship. We all put on beach hats and went and stood on the staircase. And I don't know if y'all saw the little video, but we put our beach hats down and tilted our heads down and then hit play. And then we looked up and we were like, ah! And it was so cute. That was Lauren's idea, by the way. Such a fun video. And then we did a conga line holding our door hangers. And we all walked toward the camera in a conga line fashion and showed off our door hangers. So that was super fun too. Okay. It is almost done downloading. I downloaded it as a video so it can auto play. There we go. Now let me upload it here. Click, click, click. And here it is. There we go. Let me upload. That is not the one. Here we go. Okay, now it's auto playing. It'll just have more like 30 seconds. Okay, Heather said, love SA Live. I can't wait to see y'all in Destin. It's the best experience I've ever had. When I went to Dallas, I made so many friends. I needed this. She said, I've been going through a lot myself. In fact, I just walked out on my job and my husband isn't doing good and may have to leave his. God will work this out. He absolutely will, Heather, and you need to trust that. She said, I'm doing paint parties to make up the money. Isn't it such a blessing that you have a way of making money even after you've left your job, to be able to do paint parties, to sell your painted projects and whatever it is? That is such a blessing. Pam said, I'll be virtual again this year, but I will attend live one day. I so hope that you can. Stephanie says the little flamingo stand was her favorite. This is the flamingo stand. We're going to get to all the projects in a second, but it is up here on the shelf behind me. And it definitely was one of the favorites. Let's see. Sheila says, will we be doing a shell and a flamingo? No, the SA Live projects are going to be completely different from these projects. However, the sort of format, or there are some similarities. My mom said she loved the seashell shakers. I'll show you mine up close in just a moment. Sarah loved the shell shaker. So did Christy. Christina says, my goal is to make enough money with door hanger parties so I can get to SA Live next year. I love that goal. Perfect. Melinda, I hope to see you in Destin too. Okay. I'm going to pause my slideshow real quick because we're going to show off each of the projects that we've completed. First up is our Hello Palm Trees door hanger. Lauren taught how to make the bow. My bow got a little smashed in transport, so it's a little rough looking right now. I didn't have time to fluff it right before the live. But we are actually going to be teaching this project this month also in the Painters Clubhouse. So if you love this design, we're going to be providing the Painters Clubhouse with the template and an option to buy this wood blank. Actually, the companion pack is already available in the Clubhouse right now. And I'm probably going to be remixing it and painting it differently for the Clubhouse. So you can follow with the photo and the color list if you want to paint it exactly like this. But if you want to change it up and paint it like a different way, I'm going to be remixing it for you guys. Project number 2, and we did 3 projects each day of the cruise. There were 2 at-sea days. So day number 1 was like Tuesday, and we did the door hanger. We did this little flamingo shelf sitter. See, she's got this little stand at the bottom so she can sit on a shelf. And she's got a 3D hat and glasses. And look how sassy she is. Isn't she cute? The ladies really loved this one. She definitely stole the show. And then the third project, like I said, we unpacked and I can't find it yet. So it looks like, I've got a photo I can pop up. It looks like this. It's a hibiscus bag tag. So it was about 6 inches in size. It had a metal key ring and a little bow, and you could attach it to your beach bag or a bog bag. Now, this is a teeny tiny little bog bag in the photo, but that was all I had to kind of demonstrate with. But you could just screw this little key ring onto anything, and it makes a really cute little accessory for your beach bag. Christina loves the flamingo. Laura said, looking forward to see you in October. It's going to be so much fun. Project number 4 was this interchangeable sign stand. Look how cute this is. So this is a little sign stand. See the top of it? It's got this little knob, and the back of it's got like a support, and it's got this nice, neat little strong, sturdy pedestal. We painted it black and then kind of distressed it with some sandpaper to make it look, you know, dimensional and rustic. And then you have an 8-inch sign here that says soak up the sun. And on the back is just like a little jute string attachment, and you can just hang it right there on the sign stand. And so you can change this out for the different holidays with all different kinds of attachments or signs or whatever. And so it could also display a cute Christmas ornament or something like that. So this was a really fun project too. Put that back up here. Let me put the flamingo back up here. There we go. Chelsea, it was so fun to meet you on the cruise. I'm so glad you were able to come. Project number 5 was this fun little seashell shaker ornament. So it is made up of 4 layers. I haven't painted the edges of this one yet, but you can see the layers. So it's got a back layer, which we painted the ocean on. It's got a like spacer layer, and then it's got the acrylic layer, and then on top it's got like another layer to kind of make it look like a seashell. And inside are all these fun little sparkly seashells, sand, starfish, all kinds of cute little things. And so they shake around in there, and it just makes it such a fun interactive ornament. And I put a little tiny cruise ship on mine, of course. Some of the ladies put like a sailboat. One lady even put, I think it was Hillary, did like some little mountains off in the distance back here. Somebody did like a sailboat and some seagulls and all kinds of stuff. So there's all kinds of fun ways that you could paint something like this. And we've already decided we're going to do a project similar to this in SA Live. It won't be this shape or this style, but it will be something like this for SA Live. So if you love this project, you'll get to make one there. Good afternoon, Linda. Candy loves the sign stand. Isn't it cute? Cindy said the cruise looked like so much fun. It was a blast. It's different from SA Live. Oh, hang on. Before I go on a tangent on that, let me tell you about the last project. The last project was, I'm getting off track here. The last project was, and it's funny because I don't have a very good picture of this one, so bear with me. Tamara Gregory took this photo of me and cropped out the background. And this is the only photo I have of this project, but it is a hibiscus and palm leaf tropical banner. It's got 3 hibiscuses. I don't know how you say that plurally, and 4 palm leaves. And so that makes a fun little banner that you can hang up anywhere. Hibiscus. I don't know. The more I say it, the dumber it sounds. Jennifer said that would be fun to put your beach sand in as a memory keeper. Ooh, yes, to put actual beach sand in one of these. That would be really great. Yes, these projects are all exclusive to cruise attendees. The only one that's not technically exclusive is this one right here. And we are going to be teaching that one in the Painters Clubhouse this month. Okay, so what I was saying a moment ago is that this event is a little bit different from SA Live in that every night we were able to have dinner together. 5 nights in a row on the cruise ship, we had dinner together in the main dining room, which there are photos of that in this slideshow. And so that was really special. It felt, we all got to get glammed up in our cute little dresses and have like a dinner and sit down. So it felt more intimate. We could like have real conversations and all of that. And we also, it was special because I got to get to know some of your family members. So I sat with Amy Iverson and her husband, Justin, and her son, Aiden. And then I ended up sitting with Cindy Fennell and her husband and her granddaughter. And so it was just really special that I got to know not just you, but your family a little bit more. The other thing that was really cool about being on a cruise ship like this is that you didn't have to finish your project during the class. That very first day when we painted all of these door hangers, I told the ladies, if you want to come back into this conference room, it's ours for the duration of the cruise. You can come back in here at midnight if you want to and finish some painting. If you wake up in the middle of the night and can't sleep, come down here and paint. And so I don't think there were very many ladies at all who stepped off this cruise ship with incomplete projects. So that was really cool. They were able to come and finish their projects at any time when they had some downtime on the ship. Let's see. Rekindled Blessing says, I love that you had a crafting cruise. Great fellowship. It really was. It was a chance to like really get to know so many of these ladies on a deeper level and to get to spend some real quality time with them, because SA Live is really special. But with that many people, it was a little harder for me to get to know every single person and their families. But at an event like this, it makes it easier to kind of like go deeper with people. Joanne says, will only this stand be available for purchase in the shop? No, it won't. Not right now anyways. These are all exclusive to the cruise. Sarah said that flamingo is the only one I didn't finish. I'm curious, is Sarah the only one that went home with an incomplete project, or is there anybody else? The projects that we did on Friday, the last day of the cruise, some of them might not have gotten a few of those done. What did you say?
You didn't send me a spot or anything.
Oh, well, you're gone. I didn't think you were going to be here. Michael took Travis to the courthouse to get his title to his truck signed over. And Michael's like, I didn't think, you said didn't set up a spot for me. I didn't know you were home. We're talking about the cruise and SA Live and how the two are a little bit different. But yeah, the last day of the cruise, Friday, we were scrambling a little bit to get like projects 4, 5, and 6 done, like the banner and the shaker ornament. And that's only because Michael had to get that room packed up and cleaned out by a certain time that afternoon. And so the ladies couldn't come in Friday night, but every day leading up to that, they were able to come in and work on a project.
Yeah, and some would come in on their own, there's quite a few ladies that I talked to. They're like, yeah, I just went on down to the room and been doing some painting and stuff.
Stephanie said she didn't finish the banner. I told them I can't find my banner and my hibiscus tag. They must be in those bags of stuff that I unpacked and didn't realize it. Sarah said I wasn't feeling well, so I stepped away during the flamingo. Oh, I get you. Yeah. And then Christy didn't finish the banner either. That's okay. At least that project was something that like you had already painted the hibiscus with us with the bag tag. So it was kind of rinse and repeat on how to paint it. And so finishing it up at home was the way to go. Teresa said, hey, joining late. Glad you were able to be with us on the cruise.
They don't need to take it hard because, I didn't finish that little 6-inch piece.
The Tuesday night after dinner, we went down there and Michael and his sister Tony sat down at the end of one of the tables and they were going to paint an ornament of the Painters Clubhouse Cruise logo that's on those shirts there. And Michael spent, I don't know how long, 3 hours working on this 6-inch ornament. This is what it looks like, but it was smaller. He was doing one that was like 5 inches in size. But this is mine. This was the little 12-inch door hanger that I put on my cruise door, which that was so fun, by the way. I told Michael, I think I'm going to paint over like the words on this one and put like the Bennett family or something and just use this on every future cruise that I go on as my cruise door hanger. It made it way easier to spot our room going down the hall.
It did.
So if you ever get lost on the cruise ship, it's really nice to be like, oh, there's our room.
And the magnets being on the door helped me find because Tamara left her phone in the room and I was like, I know that they're on the 9th floor, but which one?
Yeah, so we went, the first day we got there, we went around to all the levels, every level on the cruise ship, and each of us took a level, and we put magnets on the doors of the cruise ship that said like Southern Adornments at Sea. It was really cute. And then there was a magnet for each person's name. So ours had Michael and Tamara on it. But it was nice if you were walking down the hall to be like, oh, there's Carrie and Brooke's room, or oh, there's Tamara and Jody's room, or there's Lauren and Nicole's room. And so it was really easy to find each other around the ship. Michelle didn't finish the banner either. Christy said, I love the after hours to finish projects. Yeah, it was really nice because it was very chill, right? You could go down there and just hang out and talk and paint. And so that was really nice.
There was a group of us that ended up in the promenade playing concentration rummy.
There's a picture.
We had 7 people at one point in time.
Yeah, we had a 7-person game of concentration rummy. If you've never played concentration rummy, it's like phase 10, but with regular cards. And we ended up having to buy a 3rd deck of cards because Amy and Justin joined in on our game. And we were like, ooh, we need more cards. So Michael went and got another deck of cards and we just added them in. And it was a lot of fun. Missy said, I love the shaker ornament. I sure hope at some point it's available for purchase. Will you show us how it's done? I would love to be able to do that this September with my daughter and soon to be daughter-in-law as a keepsake for our beach trip. Right now, that design is exclusive to our Painters Clubhouse Cruise attendees, but we will be doing a project like that at SA Live. Same, but different. Teresa loved the cruise. She said, I can't wait for Destin. Everybody was definitely asking if we were going to do another cruise. And my answer was, I don't have one planned yet, and we won't be doing one for next year because I do plan to bring this event, the PC Live, back to my hometown in Kentucky for 2026, but maybe 2027 we'll do another cruise. So at SA Live, we always try to bring you like new, never before seen designs. So this year is no exception. We will be leaning a little bit towards like Christmas and holiday designs. But it's more than just door hangers. So get ready for surprises. We're going to have techniques, textures, projects that you're going to want to show off as soon as you get home. And the only main teaser I'm going to give you is we're going to do another shaker ornament, but different. So And you can always count on us doing a door hanger for sure. So if you've been thinking about joining us at SA Live in Destin and wondering if it's worth the time or the money, wondering if you're going to know anybody there, I hope that these stories today and the pictures maybe gave you some courage to say yes. I mean, if you just look at the fun everybody's having here, and they made friends so quickly with one another, it might just be the weekend that changes everything for you. So tickets close on July 11th. We want you there. You are worth it. Do this for yourself. So if you've been sitting on the fence, hopefully this is your little nudge to come and join us at the beach.
I think of that one lady, who was it that stood up and she said she almost didn't come.
We talked about that before you got in here.
Okay.
Yeah. And about how her husband pushed her to come. And she was talking about how depressed she was and how, she didn't feel like being joyful and all that. But you may not feel like it, but once you get in the middle of it, sometimes your instinct takes over and you actually do find yourself enjoying it.
Yeah, proud dad moment, because right after she got done talking about that, and of course she got emotional and stuff, but after she handed off the microphone, I'm on the side of the room and I sat there and I watched Charlotte. Nobody said anything to her. I watched Charlotte come up the aisle and then go to give that lady a hug. And then I think she kind of whispered or said it kind of quietly. It was like, "I'm glad you came."
Oh,
so
she's got such a compassionate heart. Yeah, definitely made me proud too. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining me today. It was fun to recap the Painters Clubhouse cruise with you. If you want to join us at SA Live in Destin, October 3rd and 4th, comment SA Live or click the link in the video description above, and you can grab your ticket between now and July 11th. Bye, y'all. All right.